ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ओम वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरात्रं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। योग वशिष्ठ निर्वाण प्रकरण का पूर्वार्ध में 59वां अध्याय हम विवेचन कर रहे हैं। वशिष्ठ जी राम जी को बता रहे जिस दृष्टि से जीवन मुक्त पद में चित्ती की स्पंद रहित विषयों से निर्मुक्त और निश्चल स्थिति होती है उसका वर्णन। जीवन मुक्त जो होता है मतलब जो मुक्त हो गया, वो मुक्त कौन है? वो पहले मुक्ति किसको मिलेगा? जिसको बंधन है। आज इसको बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से समझना चाहिए। कोशिश करते हैं समझने के लिए। देखो, हम कुछ भी बात करते हैं या कुछ समझते हैं या कुछ बोलते हैं, सुनते हैं, देखते हैं इंद्रियों के द्वारा अथवा मन के द्वारा अथवा प्राण के द्वारा कुछ कर्म करते हैं। ये सारे एक ही है। इसको अलग अलग करके हम व्यवहार की दृष्टि से थोड़ा देर के लिए थोड़ा किसी एक चीज़ को किसी ढंग से मान लेते हैं। प्राण करके एक चीज़ कर मान लेते हैं। प्राण अलग किसी से नहीं। इसके जड़ को देखो। जब शुरू हुआ ये सिटी जो नहीं है उसको हम देख रहे हैं। मान लो हम एक रेगिस्तान में हम एक मरीचिका को देख रहे हैं। वो तो है ही नहीं, परंतु उसको देख रहे हैं हम। जो नहीं है उसको देख रहे हैं। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? उसको मान लिया गया है करके। तो मान लिया, ये जो मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, पहले ही मिस्टेक कर दिए। जो नहीं है उसको मान लिया है करके। जब है तो है का जो प्रक्रिया शुरू कैसा होता है और किस रास्ता में कहाँ कहाँ पहुँचता है, ये रास्ता इतने कन्फ्यूजिव, मतलब इतने क्या कहेंगे कंफ्यूजिव को हिंदी में? धुंधला होता है, धुंधला होता है, अस्पष्ट होता है कि किसी चीज के बारे में हमको कुछ मालूम नहीं। फिर भी एक बार जब मान लिया जो नहीं है उसको है करके, तो फिर वो है हमेशा मानना पड़ता है कि इसमें ऐसा होगा, ऐसा होगा करके हम मान लेते हैं। है जो होगा करके मानते हैं उसको है करके मान लेते हैं। ये धुंधलापना में ये ऐसा होगा, ये जलीय बाष्प को हम मानते हैं बादल, उसी को कुहेरा मानते हैं, धुंध मानते हैं, फुहारा मानते हैं, क्या नहीं मानते हैं उसको। सारे जल कण है, लेकिन उसको अलग अलग रूप से मान करके अलग अलग नाम दे देते हैं। वैसे ही समझा, आसमान को कभी नीला देखते हैं तो कभी लाल, कभी पीला, कभी सुनहरा देखते हैं। ये सब माना हुआ है, जो नहीं है उसको हम मानते जाते हैं। मानने का एक तरीका होता है, कोई कैसे मानता है, कोई कैसा मानता है। और ये दर्शन विद्या वो माना हुआ चीज को कैसे देखते हैं सिस्टमेटिकली, वही है और उस कुछ नहीं। ये सारे धुंध है। जो कुछ मान बैठा, तुम्हारा शास्त्र, तुम्हारे नियम कानून, तुम्हारे जिंदगी, तुम्हारे दुनिया, तुम्हारे दुनिया का बनाने वाला बना हुआ, और बनाने वाले को जो बचा करके इसको केयर टेक करता है, इसका देखभाल करता है और इसको आखिर बर्बाद कर देता है, नष्ट करके ख़त्म कर देता है। ये सब माना हुआ है। ये जो माना हुआ चीज को कभी भी हम नहीं भूलेंगे। From the very beginning we have taken for granted that this is there. Everything is there, which is not. We have accepted it is there. And after that, whatever we see or we deal with, relatively it is for some time, for some reason, for some place, for some conditions, we accept it. Which is not there, we accept it. Don't forget this basic principle. It is accepted. Then only in the end we will get some results, that is also accepted. If you have done some mistake in the very beginning of the process, the result will be wrong only. You have done a wrong in the beginning. I give the example, you are solving some problems and 7.7 plus 3, 7 into 3, we have taken wrongly as 10. Instead of multiplying it, we have added it somehow by mistake. That mistake will continue till the end because it is in the very beginning. In that way, we have done a mistake by accepting this world is there, and it is not at all there. By no means you can prove the existence of the world. By no means, by no logic, by no examples, by no way you can prove it to be there. So, whatever we have accepted in this way, we go on accepting. Everybody's acceptance is different from each other. So, these philosophers, they look at it in a systematic way. They give their system how to look at this non-existing existence. Non-existing existence, how to look at it? How to look at the sky and what is the sky? Nobody knows. But yet we accept there is sky. And to measure it, see, the sky is expansion of the sound. Sound is the minutest unit or part of the sky. The whole sky is saturated with sound only. But it is so subtle, we don't hear it. It is not audible. And when it repeats again and again, then we hear it and we call it audible sound. That starts in 4 phases, and that is said para, pasyanti and madhyama or upanshu and vaikhari audible. It starts with very subtle repetitions, just as in the silent superficial balanced water level gets little disturbed because of its liquidity and transparency. It starts vibrating. Those fast ripples, they are so subtle, we cannot see it. And when it becomes visible, we name it as ripples. And then slowly it becomes waves, tides, and so on. The tides are quite visible, and we can tell something about the tides. But you must not forget, it is an assumption, something else instead of water. It is only assumption. It is not real. You cannot have tides and water without water. So, water is all pervading in the tide. Every part and parcel is water only. Similarly, the sky is expansion or grossification of the sound. And in this way, air is touch is grossified, and it has become air. In air, everywhere there is the sense of touch. Similarly, all others, your form and your sound, your touch, your taste, everything. So now, everything belongs to the fast vibrations. Vibrations are nothing but imbalanced state of balanced state. Don't forget this basic principle. Then only we can solve all the questions on this fundamental rule. So now we say just in the language which is not exact, but we have to express something. So the air is generated or originated from this sky. And in air also there will be sound and touch. It will inherit its previous state. So from fire, from air we get fire. Fire has got form, touch and sound also. It is a mixture of all three. And fire also will be in the sky, in the air also. In this way, all these five basic elements, and they mix with each other afterwards, and they create some forms and names. Everything is in the imbalanced state. So it is accepted as something and something. Yes.
Swamiji, is it not that both are true? Like
Both are true, both are within each other.
Yeah.
That is to be understood. Some is more true, some is less true.
yes,
That is what creates the confusion. Everything is within itself. The same dust becomes mud, becomes muddy water. Same dust is everywhere there.
yes, Swamiji.
Same water is ripples or bubbles or water particles or cloud or river or ocean. Everything is water only. So if you compare one ripple with the tide, it is water is compared with water. If this is the basic understanding, then all other understandings becomes confused understanding. So that is what we see here in this chapter. It is most important chapter, and it explains the basic principles, how the world looks like in the vision of a real seer, one who is seeing from the ultimate angle, the all-round angle. He is called Jivan Mukta, a realized soul, a true witness. He is not seeing the confusion, he is seeing the reality. How is the confusion going on? So that is the state of the Jivan Mukta, the realized soul. And he stands as a witness. He is non-doer, non-enjoyer, but only impartial witness. So there, all these visibilities, that means visible world, how it looks like. When you are in the sky, you look down, how all these clouds look like. Have you seen from planes? It looks like just some cotton spread over, somewhere little thick, somewhere little less. And this is how the state of all-rounder seer. Once I was traveling in a plane, it was 7 o'clock at evening. 7:30, no, it was about 8, not exact 8. About 7:30 or little late. And from there I am visualizing the sunset so beautiful. And when I look down, it is pitch dark. On the ground it is dark, night. It is not evening, it is night. And from there I see sunset and the eastern sky also. Yet there is light and setting sun on the horizon. So beautiful. So this is how a sight from the height. Once I went to some mountain top to see sunrise. From the 15,000 feet height. And there we reached at 3 o'clock morning. 3 o'clock. Whole night we climbed we had a group, all the youngsters, and I was the leader but not the guide. Because of me, all the youngsters, they persuaded me, Swamiji, let us go and see sunrise on the mountain top. We went whole night. We started from the early morning from the village and we went on climbing tirelessly, continuously. In between somewhere in some big cave we rested a while and made our night food, something on the dhuna, and reached the top at 3 o'clock. In the darkness, little moonlight was there and it was cloudy. But when we reached the top, the sky was quite clear. We were fortunate to see the sunrise. And at that time, at 3:45 or so, there was sunlight on the whole Himalayan range. It was golden world. Everywhere only gold, gold, gold. We didn't see any snow there, only gold. The golden world. And when the sun rises up, it appears as if it is going round a bigger top, some peak in that snowy region, a higher peak, and the sun circulates around it. Some imagination, it appears like that. And down below it is pitch dark. Down below was Harsil, Mukhwa and Dharali, etc., the last villages, the border villages of this region. After that there is no village. All these regions, they were duped in pitch darkness. And up above I am enjoying the sunrise. See, this is how the sight from the height. You see something else. This is the height of a realized soul. His vision is such. We cannot imagine how he sees this world from that height. Now you are somewhat clear. So these visions, they are created by the chitti, the energy. Energy. The whole world is play of energy. If you accept, energy means vibrations. That means imbalanced state. How? When the balance becomes imbalanced, what happens? Have you ever slipped down from bike having imbalance control? Have you? So you must have experienced what happens when balance become imbalanced, accident happens. In Hindi we say, nazar hati, durghatna ghati. When the sight is away, so accident is there. When you are unaware for a second, there is accident. And this world, the work of energy or the power, supreme power, the primordial power, Adi Shakti, Para Shakti we say, it is just an accident. So you have fallen down, made a mistake in the beginning, you have slept down, and your hands and legs are somewhat broken or scratched and everything. Of course, I have experienced it many times, not once. So I have the experience. That's why I am explaining you the situation, how it happens. Once I made a mistake and I suffered for 1 month. 1 month. So, when you have done a mistake in the very beginning, you have to suffer for lives. This is the world where we are miserable. Nobody is there to help us. So Chitti, the supreme power, it plays the game, making confusion. It itself is confusion, illusion. The illusory power is, magic power is known as Chitti, the supreme power, which has created this confusion eternally. And that is due to not being aware. For a moment, unawareness creates an accident. One who is standing nearby, how he will look at you when you are suffering and crying aloud, help, help, help. This is how the conditions of worldly persons. And the realized soul, the wise man, looks at them and he laughs at them. My dear, you have made a mistake. दिल गलती कर बैठा है तब ये इसमें तुम गिर करके देखो कैसा रो रहे हो. कोई नहीं मदद कर सकता है तुमको, तुम खुद को उठना पड़ेगा. एक बार हुआ ऐसा, मैं आ रहा था, चेतक स्कूटर था मेरे पास, उसको बजाज स्कूटर चेतक, टनाटन उसको मैं सर्विस करवा करके सारा ओवरहॉलिंग करके ऋषिकेश से निकला और शाम हो रहा है, मेरे को जल्दी पहुंचना उत्तरकाशी. मैं चल रहा हूँ 80-90 स्पीड में. वो हवा में उड़ रहा है. अरे अचानक यहाँ से कुछ 40 किलोमीटर पहले, उत्तरकाशी के 40 किलोमीटर पहले अचानक क्या हुआ, एक मोड़ आया. शाम हो गया था, मेरे को क्लियरली दिख नहीं रहा था, मैं लाइट भी ऑन नहीं किया हूँ. उसी समय एक मोड़ आ गया, बहुत लंबा टर्न है, सडन टर्न नहीं है. तो उसमें कोई ट्रक वाला से वो डीजल लीक हो रखा है, वो डीजल पड़ रखा है और मेरे को जब दिखाई पड़ा ये टर्निंग है, मैं ब्रेक लगाया, क्योंकि स्पीड इतना मैं टर्न नहीं कर सकता हूँ। थोड़ा ब्रेक लगाया, वो डीजल के ऊपर फिसला गाड़ी। 80 किलोमीटर स्पीड में अगर ब्रेक लगाएंगे डीजल के ऊपर, क्या हालत होता है। बोलो हमारा क्या होगा। तो फिसला ऐसा, गाड़ी तो कहीं कम से कम 20 मीटर दूर जा करके फिसल के गिरा है, और हैंडल उंडल सब मोड़ करके कहीं कुछ हो रखा है। और वो बंदर उधर एक देखो। अच्छा, तो फिर क्या हुआ, मैं गिरा, मैं भी घिसट करके गया कम से कम 20 मीटर। स्पीड था भाई, और गाड़ी तो घुर घुर कर रहा है। कर रहा है, और मैं फिसल करके जा करके किनारे कहीं है। फॉर्चुनेटली देयर वाज साइलेंस everywhere. The road was isolated, no vehicles were moving, so I was saved. तो क्या हुआ, मैं फिरी, मेरा तो एक तरफ से छाला निकल गया है, एक मेरा कपड़ा लता फट करके, चमड़ा फट करके, कुछ मांस भी घिस गया है, और हाथ में लगा दिया तभी खोपड़ी नहीं गया, तो हाथ लगा दिया तो इतना मेरे हाथ से मांस निकल गया, हड्डी दिख रहा है। दाहिना हाथ का ये अंगूठा का नीचे हड्डी दिख रहा है। हेलमेट पहना था, हेलमेट टूट गया है, सिर बच गया। मैं तो चंद्रमा से जैसे आते हैं बिल्कुल एस्ट्रोनॉट बना था, पूरा ड्रेसिंग, फिर भी इतना मेरे को हुआ, कुछ तो बच गया था। मैं फिर हिम्मत नहीं आ रहा, उठ करके साथे साथ जा करके वो स्कूटर को उठा करके उसको खड़ा किया किनारे, ऐसे ही टेढ़ा मेढ़ा, और उसको वो चल रहा है, फिर उसको बंद किया, किसी भी हालत में उसका हैंडल को थोड़ा सीधा करने के लिए कोशिश किया, आधा सीधा हो गया, फिर भी ऐसा था। अच्छा, और बादल घना घोर आसमान में, और पानी टपक रहा है, मेरे आगे से बारिश जा रहा है, उसी तरफ को जा रहा है, आगे आगे चल रहा है, मेरे सामने बादल जा रहा है आगे बारिश करते करते, और ठंडी हवा, और मेरा शरीर कांप रहा है, ऐसा कि क्या कहूँ। आई वॉज ट्रेम्बलिंग लाइक एनीथिंग। और साथ ही साथ मेरे पास फर्स्ट एड था, वो सारा फर्स्ट एड निकाल के वो ऑइंटमेंट वगैरह कुछ एंटीसेप्टिक कुछ लगा करके, टिंचर आयोडीन वगैरह लगा करके, और साथ ही साथ कुछ रुई वगैरह लगा करके बैंडेज कर दिया अपने आप, हाथ में इधर सारा बैंडेज कर दिया, और कपड़ा पहन लिया। उसके अंदर वो दूर थोड़ा धान काट रहे थे, भादों महीना की बात है, वो सब बच्चे और वो माता जी लोग गांव वाले उधर जाने के लिए तैयारी कर रहे थे घर वापस, शाम हो रहा है, तो देखे सुने यह आवाज़, भाग करके बच्चे आए, स्वामी जी आपके पास दवाई कहाँ से आया। वो ये नहीं पूछ रहे मेरे को कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं, मेरे को पूछ रहे स्वामी जी यहाँ आपको दवाई कौन दिया। Where from you got all these medicines? मैं हंसू या रो, मेरा हालत क्या है। तो उसमें किसी भी हालत में फिर मैं उनको बोला भाई हो गया जो हो गया, मेरे पास था दवाई, तुम जाओ जाओ। तो फिर मैं झटपट स्टार्ट किया, गाड़ी स्टार्ट हो रहा है। तो मैं स्टार्ट करके गाड़ी ऐसे ही टेढ़ा हैंडल को पकड़ के 80 को मैं 10 किलोमीटर में चला रहा हूँ। किसी भी हालत में मैं पहुँच जाऊँ उत्तरकाशी। उत्तरकाशी पहुँच जाने से मेरे को रेस्ट मिलेगा, यहाँ कोई रुकने का सोचना नहीं। वो लगभग 6 साढ़े 6 बजे की टाइम था मेरा एक्सीडेंट का। मैं 10 बजे रात को आकर के यहाँ पहुँचा गणेशपुर। 40 किलोमीटर को कितना घंटा लग गया? 4 घंटा। वही कहा ना, 10-12 किलोमीटर स्पीड में आया। और बारिश हो रहा है, कभी कभी इधर ज्ञानसू में तो अगर पहुँच गया तो बूंदा बूंदी मेरे ऊपर भी पड़ रहा था। मैं काँप रहा था, किसी भी हालत में हाथ को पकड़ रखा हूँ। आ करके यहाँ बड़ौला जी का मकान है रास्ता के किनारे, वहाँ गाड़ी खड़ा कर दिया। उसमें कुछ सामान हुआ था, ऐसे ही तितर बितर है। मैं अंदर घुस करके बड़ौला जी का घरवाली को बोला, अरे सरला मेरे को थोड़ा चाय पिला पाएगी? तो बोलती स्वामी जी क्या हुआ? मैं कहा मेरे को पूछो मत, पहले चाय पिलाओ। फटाफट वो अदरक और तुलसी वगैरह डाल करके एक लगभग 3 पाव का 1 गिलास भर करके चाय पिला। फिर मैं कहा और एक इतना गिलास भरो, बनाओ। 2 गिलास जब चाय पिया, मेरा कंपन थोड़ा रुका। और फिर मैं कहा भैया मेरे को कुछ पूछो मत, ये चाबी और ये स्कूटर तुम रखो, जो करना। मैं गया, लेट जाऊंगा कमरे में। स्वामी जी कुछ खाना पीना? अरे कुछ पूछो मत मेरे को, मैं लेट जाऊंगा। आ करके किसी भी हालत में लेट गया। सुबह 8-9 बजे उठा, उठने के लिए ताकत नहीं। फिर धीरे धीरे उसका अपने आप अपना इलाज करते रहा। और फिर महीना भर में आई कुड रिवाइव आफ्टर 1 month। तो इसको कहते हैं एक्सीडेंट। दिस इज कॉल्ड एक्सीडेंट। जस्ट 1 second unawareness. So this world, our lives on this earth or in this creation is under accident, and you are under treatment. And nobody is there to help you. Just as I cured myself, self-help. Nobody else is there to help you. Unless and until you want to get up, nobody can wake you up.
Can I ask a question? Swamiji, if this world is, like a divine mistake in some sense, so is it a mistake, or do you think it is by design that God really wants this to happen, but it feels like it is a mistake?
You can say it from this angle, from that angle it is not so. मैं हमेशा बोल रहा हूँ ना, 2 एंगल विजन हमेशा है। ये रिलेटिव वर्ल्ड है। एक तरफा कभी नहीं विचार करना। एक तरफा विचार करोगे तो आधा अधूरा तुमको कहीं कुछ ना कुछ मिल जाएगा। इफ यू सी इट फ्रॉम 1 एंगल, इट इज haphazard. It is not complete. You have to see from both angles, and final is not to see it, just to be indifferent. That is the final result. If you see some mistake, you will see. The mistake is a mistake. It is not It is not right thing. So if you are looking at the cloud, it is cloud only. It is fog. It is densified fog, nothing else. Water only, water particles. And what will you see? See it from any angle you like. Of course, different forms, different names you get, and difference will be there. You will have some all-round vision. Vision is wrong. Vision itself is wrong. तो अभी ये जो हम विचार कर रहे हैं, चित्ती कैसा दिखेगा एक ज्ञानी के लिए, ये जो संसार है, ये संसार कैसे ज्ञानी को दिखाई देता है, हम तो कल्पना ही नहीं कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि हाउ कैन द फॉग, हाउ कैन द क्लाउड थिंक हाउ आई एम लुकिंग इन द आईज ऑफ द onlookers? कैसे वो कहेगा? Can an actor judge how he has acted? Will he give the marks to himself? Can a student give marks to himself? Only the examiner can give marks. So you are in the vision. So whatever you are seeing or imagining, it is imagination only. Don't forget this basic fundamental rule. Whatever you think, whatever you see, whatever you conclude, it is all wrong. So what to do? You have to choose some process to think. Somewhat right you may get, and that somewhat right vision will be ending your vision. It will make you reach where there is no vision. It will take you to the horizon beyond which there is no vision. That process you have to choose how to see. You should have the goal to reach that horizon where there is no vision afterwards. And beyond the horizon, the witness stands and looks at all these events going on. So now you can imagine something, how this world looks like to a realized soul. He never sees all these. He sees some confusions. तो उसी का ये बता रहे हैं कि चित्ती का क्या स्थिति है, ज्ञानी के सामने चित्ती का स्थिति क्या है, ये कन्फ्यूजन का क्या हालत है. वो बच्चों के सामने जो मेरे को देख रहे थे, उनका मेरा हालत क्या था. वो तो मौज लूट रहे थे. वो दवाई कहाँ से लाया, वो ये पूछ रहे हैं. अरे यार, तो all these great gurus who are standing at the borderline on the horizon itself, they see that side and this side, both sides they see, and they are the seer of both the sides, and they help having mercy upon this side who are suffering and crying aloud. A doctor helps a patient who is not ill. A doctor should not be a patient. Then only he can treat you. Then he can prescribe some medicines. And this is the state of all these great guides, gurus. They are quite well. They have all the medicines in their stores, and according to the diseases, they prescribe the medicines. That's how the Guru is said, Bhava Roga Bhesaj. He is the doctor of the world disease. World disease. Bhava Roga Bhesaj, Bhesaj doctor. So now you can have some ideas how the state of chitta, chitti, looks on the eyes of a impartial ultimate seer. How it looks like. Just some imaginations. We can have some ideas. That is, we are going to say, चित्ती जीवन मुक्त पद में चित्ती की स्पंद रहित विषयों में निर्मुक्त, विषयों से निर्मुक्त और निश्चल स्थिति कैसे होती है। एक्सीडेंट तो हो चुका है, और एक्सीडेंट के बाद क्या होता है, जो एक्सीडेंट का शिकार हुआ वो तो बेहोश पड़ा रहता है। स्थिरता है ना। सारे दुनिया ऐसा स्थिर दिखता है उसके लिए, कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं, ऐसा हालत होता है। चित्ती स्थिर हो जाता है। चित्ती जो पावर है, द सुप्रीम पावर लुक्स steady. There is no vibrations. It is potentiality is sterilized or stabilized, and it looks like stability. ये दृश्य होता है। वहाँ पर चित्ती स्थिर हो जाती है। एक्सीडेंट का ले लो उदाहरण। एक्सीडेंट में जो एक्सीडेंट का शिकार हुआ उसका क्या हालत होगा। सब चुपचाप पड़े हैं। ट्रेन रेल से हट गया, सब गाड़ी इधर उधर, डिब्बाएं सब तीतर वितर पड़ा है, लोग जहाँ तहाँ पड़े हैं, सब स्थिर। Everything is in a stand-still position. That's how the chitti, the supreme power, becomes stable, though it is the accident. It looks like stability in the eyes of onlookers.
स्थिर थोड़ी होते हैं।
हैं?
आगे पीछे एक्सीडेंट में लोग घायल होते हैं, वो तो चिल्ला रहे होते हैं।
चिल्ला रहे तो एक सेकंड के लिए स्थिरता आता है, कोई कुछ नहीं करते हैं, अबाक हो जाते, क्या हो गया। उसके बाद चिल्लाना, रोना, पीटना शुरू होता है। वो दैट मोमेंट यू मस्ट नॉट फॉरगेट। एक सेकंड थोड़ा ज्यादा हो सकता है, 5-10 सेकंड, सब अरे क्या हो गया, व्हाट हैपेंड। That steadiness, what has happened? Nobody can think anything. That also I have experienced. For a moment the mind, intellect becomes stable. It is called murcha, coma. Nobody can think anything. mind stops. And of course then, because of the body consciousness, they start shouting and howling.
So then we can say logically, Swamiji, so during the accident, so some kind of more powerful vibration hit the mind in such a way that it was stunned.
Yes,
So if
yes.
vibration is reduced, it can keep it.
एग्जैक्टली उसी को हमारे शास्त्रों में, उपनिषदों में, वेदों में कहा, स्तब्धो भवति, he becomes wonderstruck. Huh? What can mind do? Mind stops working. Everything is in silence. That is called unawareness of unawareness.
So in this case, we can say if a person who has anger or a person who has fear, in that case also it will happen.
No fear, no anger, no reaction, nothing for a moment. And then reaction starts. And then jealousy, anger will arise. Oh, see that driver of the train, he didn't know anything. See the government, see the railway controllers. Because of them we are in accident.
स्वामी जी, हम जो ये जो बोलते हैं दिल गलती कर बैठा है बिकॉज ऑफ द फर्स्ट मिस्टेक, और हम इसको हमेशा एग्जाम्पल लाते हैं एज ए मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मूला कि अगर मैं मल्टीप्लिकेशन को एडिशन कर दिया या एडिशन को तो वो गलती होता जाएगा, इट विल गो फॉर इंफिनिटी. तो स्वामी जी वहाँ पे तो मेरे को वो ठीक करने के लिए तो मेरे को तो आई हैव टू गो देयर जहाँ से शुरू हुआ.
That is exactly what is necessary. From the very beginning you have to rectify yourself. The first mistake we have done, I am the body. That is the root cause of all our miseries. I am the body. शरीर को मैं मानना सबसे बड़ा पाप है. ये पाप सारे पापों का बाप है. ये तो चिदानंद जी चिल्ला चिल्ला करके हमको बोलते थे, अरे शरीर को मैं मत मानो. Don't think you are the body. That mistake you have done in the very beginning, and that mistake causes all other infinite mistakes, unending mistakes. We are bound to do all the mistakes. There is no other go. Because we have been swayed away by mistakes only. If the fountain starts from a source, the water has to flow. It cannot stop anywhere till it reaches the final source where from it has started its journey, the ocean. It has to reach the ocean. Directly, indirectly, with someone or without someone, somehow or other it has to reach the source. जिसका जो है देर सवेरे उसको वह मिल जाएगा. समुद्र का जल बादल बन के नदी रूप में फिर आएगा. कोई नहीं रुक सकता है उसको. Our journey is, life's journey is like this. We have started from the sweet home and we shall reach the sweet home one day or other. This is our eternal journey. If you are aware of this mistake, then you can reach sooner. If you are not aware, you are in the home only, you are dreaming. If you are awakened, then you are awakened. If you are dreaming, nobody can wake you up from dream. Some accident must happen in the dream so that you shall shout and get up. This is how the great yogis go away from this accidental world. When they meet some unwanted situations, unimaginable situations, that is called vairagya, that is dispassion. Without dispassion, nobody leaves this world and goes away from it. There should be accident in accident. Because it is relative world. I am interested in this money because it produces some interest. Because it gives some interest, so I am interested. Mutual fund. I am interested in this mutual fund because it gives some interest. तो क्या होता है, ये जो चित्ती का स्थिति क्या होता है, चित्ती की स्थिति, इसी को हम विचार कर रहे हैं। तो इसके लिए हमको वो जो संसार के बारे में हमको तो पता लगना चाहिए, चित्ती का काम क्या है, चित्ती करती क्या, संसार को बनाती कैसे, और उसको फिर दूसरे तरफ जीवन मुक्ति की स्थिति कैसा होता है. We have to see both the side. How is the state of that witness and how is the state of this illusory confusion. Both sides we have to decide, see. तो उसी को ये कह रहे हैं, राम जी को वशिष्ठ जी समझा रहे हैं, चित्ती का स्थिति कैसा दिखता है ज्ञानियों के सामने. ज्ञानी की स्थिति पता चल जाएगा और चित्ती की स्थिति भी पता चल जाएगा. तो इसको हम कल देख रहे थे. हे श्री राम जी, एकमात्र चित्ती का चमत्कार ही है. दिस इज द प्ले, द गेम ऑफ द सुप्रीम पावर. चित्ती, द सुप्रीम पावर, the power of the consciousness, that is called Chit. Chit's power is known as Chitti, the assumed or imagined form of Chit, the awareness or consciousness. That is known as Chitti, that is called assumption, is known as imbalanced state, or it is called power. Power. Once a mistake is started, all the mistakes will go on. That mistake, of course, from this angle we are looking at, that is not understanding the truth, reality. That is also said, forgetting or being unaware of the awareness, forgetting the real state of awareness. When that is forgotten, then we start assuming I am this body. So for this we can give another example. When you stand before a mirror, because we take all these examples from relative world only, relative examples, it is not perfect for the truth. For relatively we can have all these examples. We shall come to that proof and proved and prover, that triads also we shall discuss. It is most interesting subject and crucial, and it is the basic principles we are dealing with. So वो कह रहा है कि जब ये भूल गया मुझे, तो जब कोई दर्पण के सामने खड़ा होकर के अपने को देखने के लिए कोशिश करता है, we stand before a mirror and try to see ourselves. Why do you stand at mirror? To see yourself? Are you unable to see yourself? We must consider this point very seriously. Why do you use a mirror? Are you not able to see yourself, your hands, your legs and your belly and body?
I cannot see my face.
Yes, you don't see your face. Of course, some parts of the face is visible to you. This visibility is limited. This visibility is by the physical eyes. That's how you are unable to see the whole total body. You cannot look at your back, and you cannot see the eyes itself. Eyes cannot see the eyes. Because it is dependent. It is relative eyes. It is dependent on some other eyes. It is not self-dependent. So we need some other object to see the eyes. So we need a mirror. And that this is because the body, our vision is not transparent, it is haphazard. The vision of the senses are partial only. It is not full, it is not complete, it is not perfect. That's why we need some other surface which can reflect our face. So we need a mirror. But the prism or the crystal doesn't need any mirror to see the reflection within it. Does it? You see the reflections within itself, and it is visible to itself because of transparency. That is, in other terms, it is purity. It is, in still other terms, we can say awareness of awareness. And when this awareness gets impaired, means mixtured, means forgotten, partially or fully, then comes the need of other element or other object to help you to see yourself. This is why we need a mirror. And it is because of the original mistake, I am the body, or else From all-round vision, you are transparent. You are not dependent on anything. You are the self-sufficient, self-effulgent light. You can see yourself. A lamp does not need another lamp to see itself. But a stone needs some lamp to be seen, to reveal itself, to see itself. So, light means it should be self-effulgent, self-illumined light. That is only the absolute truth, which is otherwise known as perfection or oneness or transparency or purity or all pervasiveness or all knowledge of full itself. That is called awareness, and that is awareness of awareness. And when it is little imbalanced, then I want to see myself. It forgets itself. It is neither in your hand nor in my hand. This is called the supreme power, the illusory power. This is called forgetfulness, misunderstanding, illusion, ignorance. In many different terms we express it. Yes?
Swamiji, I'm asking a question. This is me and Michael, we are having a discussion, so I'm asking this in English. And Swamiji, this is, might be when you're telling, this question might be out of syllabus, but it is there. Swamiji, when it is all about self-effort, I have to try, I have to contemplate, and I have to find it out, right? But when I am born, they say the planets and stars, they guide what I am going to do.
I understood what you want to say.
So exactly.
See, the base you should not forget. The internal current, the base is never interrupted. It is all pervading base. You are aware that you are not aware. That current, continuous flow is never broken. You are aware of everything which is not aware by yourself. That is, everything is going on within itself in the cycle. When you say, what did you say now?
I'm asking when everything is predefined.
Self-effort and independency.
Yeah, that's right.
So, independency is continued in that there is something over that surface, over that base, there is something called self-effort and destiny. So they are relative. One cannot stand without the other. So both are there. You have to understand this point. Whatever you say, whatever you think, it is relatively thought. So relativity means dependency, comparison between two. There should be two, then only relativity starts. So one is dependent on the other. So self-effort is dependent on the destiny, and destiny is dependent on the self-effort. It is a cycle that you should understand. So anything starts it has to end in the other. So, whatever becomes more powerful, that will dominate over the other. If your action becomes powerful, it will subside the destiny, what wishes to be the result. You can create your result, and result is dependent upon your self-effort. See, action becomes reaction. It is in same process. Reaction is not other than the action. The fruit, the seed becomes seed again in a process only. Seed is not different from the fruit or tree. It is all present, all while, continuously present till it becomes many seeds. So self-effort and your destiny, they are always against each other. Comparison means against each other, relatively dependent on each other. Two wrestlers are fighting. Who will be the winner? Both are wrestlers only. The wrestler cannot fight with a tree. Both are wrestlers. That you should not forget. The weaker will be defeated, the stronger will win over. So the destiny and the self-effort, they are same.
But here when you are coming to that fight of two wrestlers, I'll take the example of Karna. He was as equivalent to Arjuna, but he was destined to doom.
अरे नहीं भाई, अर्जुन का सेल्फ एफर्ट क्यों नहीं कहते हो स्ट्रॉन्गर? क्यों नहीं कहते हो उसका डेस्टिनी से ये स्ट्रॉन्गर हो गया? डेस्टिनी क्यों कह रहे हो? अगर डेस्टिनी लोगे तो डेस्टिनी उसका वीकर था, अर्जुन का भी तो डेस्टिनी है, एक तरफा क्यों ले रहे हो? हैं? कह रहा हूँ ना, रिलेटिव है। अगर सेल्फ एफर्ट लोगे, कर्ण का सेल्फ एफर्ट कम था, बहुत कम था। क्यों? वो झूठ बोल करके वो विद्या अर्जन किया था। अर्जुन कभी झूठ नहीं बोला, ये उसका सेल्फ एफर्ट था। इसको क्यों नहीं लेते हो? तो जब कंपैरिजन करना, इम्पार्शियली करना चाहिए। व्हाई शुड यू पार्शियल? तो this is again and again I am emphasizing on this point. Whatever you say, whatever you think, it is relative only. You cannot stand aloof. You are dependent on the others, your opponent. So ऐसे ही हमारा ये जो सब चल रहा है, सब चित्ती के अंदर चल रहा है कन्फ्यूजन। चित्ती इज नथिंग बट, सुप्रीम पावर इज नथिंग बट ए रिलेटिव एक्टिविटीज. दैट इज हाउ टू, and that's how all the divine qualities and demonic qualities will both go parallelly. Both are present all the while, continuously both are present. That's how you can compare. When you are merciful, that means you are not cruel. Unless you are not cruel, how can you be said you are merciful? Huh? There is cruelty in you. You have overcome it and yet it is existing, and your mercy is more powerful than that. That is how you have to understand. You cannot be freed from qualities, and qualities means it is dualistic, good and bad. This is why I always emphatically say our scientists who had made the rule, formula of relativity, that is some little solution for some period. It is not the all-round solution. Wherever there is two, there is the rule of relativity. The scientists, they have to be aware what is called relativity. Then whatever you say, whatever you have given the decision, your decision also is in relativity. How it can be purely 100% correct? Somewhat correct, somewhat wrong. You have forgotten this and you claim, I am right. Nobody is right in this world.
And nobody is wrong.
Nobody is wrong also. भारत हमारा ऐसा देश है, 99 बेईमान, फिर भी हमारा भारत महान है, क्योंकि एक निकलेगा वो सारे बेईमानों को ठीक कर देगा. भारतवर्ष, where the principles are based upon diversity in unity and unity in diversities. This is the theory of Bharat. This is Indian science. Eastern philosophy. तो अभी जो हम देख रहे थे ये चित्ती की स्थिति, अरे ये तो अभी टाइम जा रहा है, तो चलो इसमें एक बात था. हम जब मानते हैं, गुरु के बारे में हम विचार कर रहे थे, the impartial seer who sees both the sides, the truth and the illusory world. So he is standing on the border. Border means on the peak of the mountain, who can see all round. So he is visualizing the difficulties of the climbers in the foothills. So he can help everyone all around the mountain, all over the world. Standing on one place, he is present everywhere. So, when we say everything is either play of energy or the truth, finally, everything is the truth, internally the truth, externally the play of power. Okay? So where does Guru stands? Where does Guru stand? On the border, on the demarcating line, the horizon. Now how will you have the feeling towards the Guru? Do you feel you are the Guru or Guru is different from you? When you say, I am the absolute awareness, I am absolute one, I am not this world consisting these bodies with all the senses, mind, prana and all these intellect, etc., etc., etc. I am not all these. I am the absolute awareness. When you identify yourself with the absolute awareness, what will be your vision towards your Guru?
Then you and Guru are same.
No, there is the mistake. For that, I am giving you a formula. You should not. There is a saying in Sanskrit. This is the essence of all the scriptures, formulas. Bhavadvaitam sada kuriyat, kriyadvaitam kuriyat, kriyadvaitam na karichit. Bhavadvaitam sada kuriyat, kriyadvaitam na karichit. Advaitam trisu kalesu, nadvaitam guruna saha. This one should not forget this formula. You should contemplate. We were discussing on contemplation. I am the absolute truth. I am the absolute awareness. I am not forgetfulness. I am not this body, senses, mind, etc. Two ways we found out how to contemplate. One is negating everything, other is accepting everything, friendly towards everyone, and everything is in me, and everything in I am in everything. That is the situation of Vasudev, Vasam Dadatiti, who gives abode to all the visible world and who abides in all the visible worlds. One abides in many, many in one. So, vice versa is true. And here, when I am that, when you are contemplating, I am not all these. Both way, either negation or affirmation. Everything is me or nothing is me. Both way is right to contemplate. But where does Guru stand? So, this is said. Why it is said? You are starting from wrong side. You are not starting from right side. Okay? So you have to behave properly. There is chance of doing mistake because you are starting from wrong side. Suppose you are driving right side on the road. Here you should drive left side. So when you are crossing from right side to going from right side to left side, right that means correct side. Left side means correct side in India. So you must be very, very careful. You have to see both the sides. Both the sides. Because you are changing your track. Here also you are changing your track. You are changing your track from wrong side to the right side. By mistake you are driving in wrong side. Now you are changing your track. So how much careful you should be. All the four sides you have to see. Ahead, back side, right side, left side, all round you have to see. Don't hurry, or else there will be accident. Traffic rule. We are travelers. We are travelers of life journey, eternal journey. So when you change your track, you must be very careful. अभी हम क्या कर रहे थे? भावाद्वैतम सदा कुर्यात. When you contemplate that I am not all these, I am not body, I am not all these. Everything, this visible world and invisible world, both the Chitti and the origin of Chitti, the truth, both are same, one and the same. Balanced and imbalanced state are both same. When there is no balance, then how can it be imbalanced? When you drive the bike, you have to keep balance. When it becomes imbalanced, then accident. You imbalance the balance state. So, in the worldly parlance, that also is applicable. We are changing our route, and so we have to see, we have to contemplate. When we are contemplating that I am going to the right path, and now I am at right path. I am completely right. Don't forget who has directed you to come to right path, that policeman. The traffic police. He has indicated you are at wrong track. You cannot negate him. Though you have come to the right path, right track. तो वही कह रहा है भावाद्वैतम सदा कुर्यात. You must contemplate mentally, inwardly, with feelings that there is no world. I am the absolute truth, not this body, not this mind. You have to change the track of this multiple I into single I. You are changing the track. So now you should always think there is no world, only absolute truth. Bhavadvaitam, bhav advaitam sada kuryat. You should always contemplate within yourself, in the heart of hearts, that I am ultimate one, there is no two. But kriya advaitam na kari chid. Yes, I am aware of unawareness. Kriya advaitam na kari chid. Outwardly you should not bring that oneness while daily transactions you are doing. When in the behavioral world, relative world, you should not think the whole body is one. So if I am eating, I may put this food anywhere, in the nose or in the eyes or in the ears. No. Kriya advaitam na karhichit. You should not bring this union while doing something, performing something in this relative world. Don't bring it. Kriya advaitam na karhichit. By no means you should bring that thoughts of union or your oneness in the relative world while you are behaving with someone. It is relative world. It is not one, it is two. So be careful. So in this way, your guru also, you started with guru. Now also the traffic police is having eye upon you. Though you are in right track. Don't forget, the CCTV is always, you are under the surveillance of CCTV.
स्वामी जी कहाँ से है ये स्टैंडर्ड?
ये है, ये अभियुक्त है, ये अभियुक्त मतलब ये कुछ ऐसा सेइंग्स है सब। हाँ, तो उसको कहते हैं ये सुक्ति, सुउक्ति, गुड सेइंग्स,
Well said.
proverbs, well said, suuktis. So these are some proverbs in Sanskrit, rules. You should not do this, should do this in this way. भावाद्वैतम सदा कुर्यात् क्रियाद्वैतम न करहि चेत् अद्वैतम त्रिषु कालेषु त्रिषु लोकेषु त्रिषु कालेषु, in 3 periods of time, in 3 worlds, you may think it is Advait, it is one only. In 3 periods of time, all over the 3 worlds, you may have the thought of union, unity, but be careful, you should not bring this thought when you behave with your Guru, when you look at your Guru. Guru is, you should understand what is Guru, the definition of Guru, a personified knowledge. Take it as you like. How is the personification? How is the person? It may be subtle, it may be gross. Personification. Personified knowledge is known as Guru. Guide.
Silent voice of God.
Silent voice of God.
When I said you are one with Him, that you merge with Him.
Yes.
You totally, put yourself into Him.
Yes.
In everything, tan, man,
Yes.
brain,
But
shraddha,
but
bhava,
in
everything.
Kriya not.
Huh?
In the Kriya, when you worship your Guru, think him other than you, then only you can worship him. He is greater than you, he is the guide of you, he is the director of you.
No, what I was saying, when you reach the destination,
Even
then you are merged with Him.
no, when there is you are one with the destination, then there is not such question. Question doesn't arise. If the question is there, then you have to be careful how to answer. When there is no question, no answer. Question is there means how to behave with Guru. That means you have to behave with the Guru as a dualistic, relative actions. You have to worship him. You cannot think, I am Guru. I am one with the Guru. Never. If you are thinking, you cannot think, I am Guru. If no thoughts, then no question. This should be clear. And tomorrow we shall see still further our old recap. We have read somewhere, we have not revised it yet now. We should be thorough in understanding so that these doubts should be at least suppressed for some time. For some time.
Swamiji, to sum up, when we started about the world, real or unreal, so can we say that world is real or and also unreal, depending upon the...
Both
seer?
we can say. From which angle you are seeing?
It depends on seer,
Yes.
his awareness.
World is real because it is in the reality. So it is real. And it is unreal because it is seen wrongly. That's it. That's how it is unreal. आसमान में एक काला धब्बा, तो ये सही है या गलत है? A black spot in the sky, blue sky, whether it is wrong or right. तो इसको नहीं भूलना चाहिए कि इमेजिनेशन सारा आइडियाज or vasanas, they are not dependent, they are not conditional, they are not dependent on time, space and conditions. They are unconditional. They are not there, that's how they are not conditional. You can put conditions which appear to be there. Then only conditions are there. So it is unconditional. Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जगत जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम।